So this morning in Chicago, local officials and immigration advocates are calling for the release of a father who's been detained by ICE while his daughter battles cancer. Ruben Torres Maldonado had a hearing in immigration court today after being arrested by ICE agents at a Home Depot on Saturday. Local leaders are asking Torres Maldonado to be released so he can be with his 16-year-old daughter, Ophelia, who is again undergoing treatment for a rare stage 4 cancer. Joining us now, Illinois Democratic Congresswoman Delia Ramirez, one of the lawmakers pushing for Maldonado's release. Congresswoman, welcome. Glad you're here. You've just stepped out of that courtroom. Tell us about how the hearing went.
Yeah, I'm actually still in front of the courthouse now. The family was there, all of us were there, and the judge has now called the continuance to tomorrow to make a final decision on the case. I think what we're seeing is gut-wrenching. You see the daughter sitting there in a wheelchair with us as we're talking about her father's future. A father that has lived in this country for over 20 years, whose crime was to go to Home Depot to pick up some stuff so that he can continue to provide for his family. It's really, really hard to see this, and it's why it's so important for us to be in solidarity with this family, recognizing that what ICE is doing in this moment, in many cases, is unconstitutional. They had no judicial warrant to take them.
Were you able to, as they say, the proverbial, read the room and see if there was a sympathetic tendency to everything that was being argued in his favor?
I mean, the lawyer made it very clear. This case is gut-wrenching. This is a case of a father whose daughter has been in the hospital for 39 days, was given a few days to come home for the weekend to be with her family, was given that time on Friday, and on Saturday her father was taken by ICE in one of these abduction cases in front of a Home Depot. I think as we were sitting there watching and listening to the lawyer for the federal government and the lawyer representing Ruben, it was very, very clear. They don't have a reason why they took them, except for the fact that 20 years ago, he, in this broken immigration system, entered this country unlawfully. And so I'm hoping that this goes the way that it needs to, that tomorrow Ruben is ordered to be released, but he's already been sent to Indiana, and it is causing so much pain to the family. And the entire community was watching.
And how much support is the Maldonado family getting from the Chicago community?
Look, we have this is my constituent. She's a 16-year-old, brilliant soul. Yesterday, I was with her in a press conference, and this young woman, her mother was talking and said, look, all she wants is for her father to come home. All she wants is to be able to demonstrate in the life that she has, the time that she has, what it's like to be able to love one another. And so, look, my entire community is wrapping their arms around this family, and they understand that this is not just one case. We're seeing this all around the country. But in this case, we have a child, a 16-year-old in stage 4 cancer, who needs her father home as quickly as possible. One of the primary caregivers of this child, and her 4-year-old brother. Her 4-year-old brother who keeps asking, where is Papa? Where is my dad? His dad should be home. And we're hoping that the judge releases him tomorrow.
Last point here. In a statement, DHS said in part that Torres Maldonado has a history of driving offenses, which include driving without insurance, without a valid license, speeding, and calls his appearance today nothing more than a desperate Hail Mary attempt to keep him in the country. Your response to that?
I find it really hypocritical that the very same agency that is recklessly driving through Chicago, causing accidents as they did yesterday, are now talking about a man that up until a couple of years ago could not have a driver's license in the state until we made it legal, wasn't able to have insurance. Look, they're going to continue to try to make up excuses for what they're doing, but what they're doing is unconscionable. They're not going after criminals, they're going after fathers. Fathers who have spent their life in this country, making this country better. It's unconscionable what you're saying, and I really believe that justice will be served. I'm hopeful for that as we continue to defend this family and so many who are under siege by these terrible ICE operations.
A father that was picked up just while going to a Home Depot, is that correct?
That is correct. A father who was doing side jobs, including going to Home Depot to be able to go do the work that he's doing so he can pay for the care that his daughter needs with stage 4 cancer.
Sobering story. Democratic Congresswoman Delia Ramirez, thank you for sharing it with us. And that is going to do it for us today. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'll be back this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Chris Jansing picks up our coverage right now.
Good day. I'm Chris Chansing, live at MSNBC headquarters in New York City. Going, gone. The White House, as Americans have known it for more than 80 years, disappearing before our eyes to make way for Donald Trump's massive and massively expensive remake of the East Wing of the most iconic building in America. Is there anything that can be done to stop it or even slow it down? Plus, the NBA bombshell. The big names caught up in a major bust involving everything from sports betting schemes to illegal poker games backed by the mafia and tens of millions of dollars in fraud. We'll bring you all the details. And the beef over the beef. The president teeing off on cattle ranchers frustrated over tariffs, claiming that instead of complaining, they should be thanking him for his help. We'll tell you.